Good evening, everyone. As you're all starting to join, we've got Anne-Marie and Gavin and Joe and Russell. Hello, welcome. Anne. Leanne, Carmen, Cassie, Gabby, my mum, Rosina. Gosh, there's quite a few people here. Welcome, welcome, everybody. It's just wonderful. Welcome to our newbies tonight who are joining us for the first time. And a big warm welcome to my repeat guests who I love you all. It's so wonderful to see you here. Thank you for joining me tonight. So as you know, we're going to get started because I'm going to give you a real treat tonight. My name's Josie Thomson and I'll be your facilitator. Have I got my microphone on? No. Here we go. Hello, a big warm welcome to everybody. Here I am greeting everybody by name and you didn't even hear me because my microphone wasn't on. So big, heartfelt, warm welcome to all of you. My name is Josie Thomson and I'm your facilitator tonight for our mindfulness meditation practice. So let's smile and be happy to be connecting here together right now. I want to acknowledge you for making this time just for you. It's probably something you don't do all that often, to just sit and be still for a little while. So well done. Give yourself permission now to really place your busy day to one side and allow yourself to have this time to wind down, to have a break, and to cultivate some calm and ease into your evening. Now, these sessions will be recorded, so you'll have access to the recordings for replay at any time. Your video is set to be on so that I can supervise our practice together. Please stay on mute to minimize any distractions. If you have any comments or questions at all, just click on the little chat box at the bottom and a screen will appear in front of you to your right hand side, and just tap in any questions or comments that you might have there about the session tonight. Let's just stay on mute. Yep, that's it. Great. Now, these guided sessions are my gift to you. I've been trained in neuroscience as well as mindfulness coaching and more recently workplace mindfulness facilitation. Now, this practice is a form of awareness and concentration practice in mindfulness, and it has really supported me through some pretty tough things in my life, including, relationship breakdowns, loss and deaths, and even cancer recovery. So I know firsthand, having had my own sustained practice daily for the last almost 2 decades now, what the benefits have been for me in terms of mental, emotional, and physical well-being. And I really, really want that for you. Ultimately, it would be awesome if you would cultivate your own sustainable practice at the end of this month. But you don't have to wait for then, okay? Now, this practice is a bit like a mental push-up. It might seem pretty straightforward to start with, but it does take practice and a whole lot of patience. So please just be gentle with yourself, be kind and be patient. Decide to just give it a go. Now, when your mind wanders, and it will, particularly when you're starting out, even when you do notice that it's wandered, it's actually good training for your attention to notice that your mind is wandered, because you're actually being mindful. And it's going to wander a lot more if you're under stress. So simply bring your attention back to your breath if you notice it wandering off. Now, when it comes to meditation, any practice, no matter how long it is better than none, okay? Now, these sessions are designed to reduce your stress, any panic and anxiety you might be experiencing at the moment, even grief and fear. And in its place, we're all about cultivating greater levels of inner calm, inner peace, and also that capacity to just have stillness, which will result in clarity of mind, and that clarity of mind will enable you to more confidently navigate the significant disruptions going on in our lives at the moment. So this is a space for us to just connect, reflect, and reset from our busy lives and ease into the evening, and hopefully even get better sleep, like a few of you have already shared that you're doing. I really want you to get into relaxation, but try not to get into sleep yet, because if you do, I'll have it on video. Now, it's only 30 minutes. There's no need for you to worry about anything at all. I'll take care of all the logistics. I want you to sit tall and surrender and just follow my guidance and allow yourself to just enjoy being here together, connected, and decide to just surrender and nurture yourself with this experience. Your only job is to manage your environment, to minimize distractions as much as you can. And if you do have a mobile phone, which I don't have one around me, just put it on silent and pop it on the ground so it's not in your visual area. It's important to give yourself permission to allow yourself now to just be here. You don't have to be anywhere else. You don't have to do anything else. Just be here now. Now, I've sent you an email with all the details about the sessions. I want you to feel really safe and comfortable just giving it a go. There's no previous experience required, and you don't have to go out and buy some new yoga pants. You can just sit in the comfort of your home and just chill for a little bit. Now, a little bit about mindfulness. Mindfulness is a form of attention training to be able to be in this present moment, moment to moment, without judgment and without any expectation. Meditation, on the other hand, is a way of achieving mindfulness, and you can use meditation through a practice of either concentrated focus on your breath, through the use of mantra, a repetition of words, which we will try one night. You can also do meditation in other ways like prayer, visualizations, which we'll do as well. Even active practices like you could do walks and washing your hands, and dancing can even take you into another space. Now, to get the most out of these sessions, there are 4 attitudes I need you to embrace, and I included this in my email. The first one is have no expectations of the experience that you have in the meditation. Don't expect a blank mind or to be blissful and floating on air either. No expectations means no disappointment. Okay, just be here. The second attitude is to have no judgment. So that's no judgment of yourself or the experience itself. If you don't judge, you're not going to get frustrated. Okay. The third attitude is about being an observer. Just gently witness your thoughts and your emotions with compassion and curiosity. Just observe, no judgment. And the fourth attitude is about having what's called a beginner's mind. Just approach every session with a fresh open mind. Try not to recreate a previous experience. Be here as if it's the very first time. Now, the goal of the practice is not to empty your mind. The goal is to train and tame your attention and concentration. Because in those moments when your brain takes you off into spaces that result in you feeling anxious, you need to know how to bring it back to a space of calm and stillness. And that's what I want to help you cultivate. Just be open and allow yourself to enjoy this precious time together. Now, I'm going to lead us now into a mindfulness meditation practice. And tonight's practice is about cultivating self-compassion. Now, these sessions will be different every time to give you a flavor of possibilities and experiences. And then we'll ponder today's reflection question. And together, that question today is, what has recently inspired you? So if sometime during the meditation, something feels uncomfortable, just open your eyes and keep your gaze downward. Okay, so let's begin. Tonight's practice is about having self-compassion. Now, when difficult situations become even more harder, what we tend to do is beat ourselves up. And sometimes we interpret that as there being something deficient about ourselves, that maybe we're not capable or we're not worthy as much as other people. In fact, we often judge ourselves pretty harshly, especially when we make a mistake or we get stressed out. And that can even make us feel more isolated and unhappy and even more stressed. And this might take us to a place where we try to feel better about ourselves by actually denigrating other people. Now, rather than harsh self-criticism, a healthier response is actually to treat yourself with compassion and understanding. Self-compassion actually has 3 components. The first one is mindfulness. The second one is feeling a common humanity with others. And the third one is self-kindness. Now, this exercise tonight will walk you through all 3 of those components when you're going through a stressful experience. So research shows that people who treat themselves with compassion rather than criticism in difficult times experience greater physical and mental health. And I really want this for you. So let's get started. So what I'd like you to do is just roll your shoulders backwards and lift them up and drop and release any tension from your body. Just let it go. Let's do that again. Let's roll those shoulders back and up and see if you can drop them a little bit further this time. Just let them all go. There we go. That's it. Now sitting tall with both feet on the ground and your hands resting on your lap. Now close down your eyes or direct your gaze downward. Now imagine a string pulling up from the base of your spine all the way up to the top of your head. Sitting tall helps create space in our abdomen so that we can breathe easier, and it keeps us awake and we don't fall asleep. I invite you now to just sit comfortably and let's breathe together just for 3 breaths. Great. Now let your body be heavy and give yourself permission to let go of your busy day, of your busy life, just for the next little while. Let's be present right here, together, right now. Your breath is natural, breathing through your nose. Breathe in deep, exhale long. Breathe in deep and exhale long. Notice the sense of letting go with every exhale. Let's breathe in deep and exhale long. As we begin, remember we have no expectations, no judgments, just simple observation. It's time now to let yourself experience tonight's practice, which is a self-compassion break. So if your mind wanders, just gently bring your focus of attention back to the practice, back to your breath. Okay. I invite you now to think of a situation in your life that might be a little difficult and causing you some stress at the moment. Call the situation gently to your mind's eye and see if you can actually feel any stress or emotional discomfort in your body associated with that situation. Just breathe. Just observe with no judgment and no attachment. Just notice what you notice. Now, as you feel into the emotion, I'd like you to repeat these words to yourself. This is a moment of suffering. This acknowledgement is a form of mindfulness, of simply noticing what's going on for you emotionally in the present moment without judging the experience as good or bad. And it creates certainty for your brain. It makes sense of the emotion in your body. You can also say to yourself, now, this is uncomfortable. This is unpleasant. This hurts. This is stress. Or you can simply use other more colourful language, but just name it. Don't attach, don't explain it. Use whatever statement feels most natural to you. Just keep it real and just breathe. Observe it and breathe. Just notice what you notice. Now, I'd like you to say to yourself, suffering is a part of life. Pain is inevitable. Let these words sink in. Say the words again. Suffering is a part of life. Pain is inevitable. This is a recognition of your common humanity with each other, that all people have trying experiences, and these experiences give us something in common with the rest of humanity, rather than marking ourselves as deficient in any way. Other options that you could say are, many people feel this way. I'm not alone. We all struggle in our lives. Just breathe. Observe how you feel and notice any changes to the emotion. Now I invite you to put your hands over your heart space. Feel the warmth of your hands and the gentle touch and pressure of your hands on your chest. Just breathe. Allow your heart and your body to feel the connection between your chest and your hands. Let yourself feel protected and reassured. Repeat these words to yourself now. May I be kind to myself. Let's say that again to ourselves. May I be kind to myself. This is a way to express self-kindness. You could also repeat, may I give myself compassion. May I accept myself as I am. May I like myself. May I forgive myself. May I be strong. May I be patient. Observe how you feel with no judgment, no attachment. Just notice what that loving support feels like when you direct it to yourself. Breathe. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Breathe in calm. Breathe out peace. Now, let's share a few long, deep breaths in silence together. Just 2 more breaths. Good. Now let's take the time to slowly end our meditation. Bring your palms down to your legs. Take some slow, deep breaths. Bring your awareness back to the forearm. Move your feet, feeling the contact with the floor. Maybe move your fingers and your hands. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. There you are. And I invite you just to check in with yourself now. How are you feeling? What's your state of being in this moment? You can share your answer with me in the chat box. And remember, there's no right or wrong answers. There's no judgment. Just simply observe. Let's see. Cassandra's feeling calm and relaxed. Beautiful. Acceptance, calm, sleepy, feeling lightheaded, a bit dizzy. Leanne's feeling peaceful. Amy's feeling a little emotional. Okay, content from Lou, deeply relaxed. Fantastic. Relaxed, calm. Great. Don't judge any of these. These are all what the experience is. And for those of you who want to hang out after the practice, stay online and let's have a chat. Thank you for sharing. Let's take a moment to also reflect on today's reflection question, which is, what has recently inspired you? So think about this last week or so, even your practice. What has recently inspired you? For me, I think it was the conversation I had with a sweet old lady that I was walking by the other morning, and we both said good day to each other at the same time. And she said to me, "Isn't it wonderful that we can say good day to each other?" And I remember looking at her and I said, "We've always been able to say it." And for me, it was just a moment of, how many times have we walked past people and not acknowledged them or even say hello? And I think now, being in isolation and really valuing our human contact, those small moments actually mean a lot. Okay, so compassion practice is great. Seeing so many people out and about on bikeways, walking, riding together, beautiful. Youngest daughter's attitude towards being isolated. She's been very positive to the change and adjusted very well. Yeah, I read a story in I think it was New York Times, and the title was, "Mummy, I Like Coronavirus." And I don't even have to tell you what that's about. We actually understand children are loving our attention and time. Stories of local people solving problems to get equipment and protective gear into the hands of local health workers. Yeah. A friend taking groceries to my mum up the Sunshine Coast as a favour. How beautiful. That's so wonderful. Acceptance of others. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I hope that you've enjoyed this mindfulness practice on self-compassion today. And I hope you'll actually find moments throughout your day and week to actually put your hands on your heart and breathe into yourself and actually give yourself those moments of kindness and care and compassion. Now, as you know, I'm offering these sessions every night for the whole month of April as my gift. And I'm also doing midday 15-minute sessions as well if you'd like to join in there. It's a different link, so I'll post that into the chat box in a moment. If you're enjoying this, please tell others to come along and join us. Let's spread the love. Otherwise, I look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow, same time, same place. I'll answer your questions now, but if you do need to leave right away, remember to look up and smile. Count your blessings, not your problems, and let's carry each other in our hearts. May you be safe, may you be calm, and may you be well. So for those of you who need to leave, bye for now. Otherwise, stick around and let's check in, and I will stop this recording now.